The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
This is the Players Lounge, broadcasting live from Dallas Cowboys World Headquarters at the Star. Now, your hosts, Barry Church, Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, and Newey Scruggs.
Here we are, Players Lounge, Tuesday, right here from the SWBC Podcast Studios at the Star. Danny McCray, Heckma Harrison, Barry Church,
yes,
I'm Newey Scruggs. All right, this one is going to be interesting from this standpoint for the Cowboys. Where do you rank them? When you start looking at these 32 NFL teams, where do you rank the Cowboys?
Me? Yeah, starting with you.
And I've got, before we go around the table, I've got 4 different rankings that I like to pull from. Would you like me to give you the 4 and then you go ahead and put it where you want to?
We don't want to be influenced by it.
Okay.
We don't be influenced by them. Because I'm going right now, as of today.
As of right now.
Numero uno. Number
Say
one.
again.
That's number 1 right there, player. We are, I feel like, the most complete team in the National Football League.
Players Lounge.
Super Bowl yesterday, down today.
No, I said SB. I didn't say that word. Don't do me like that. You said it shouldn't
what I heard, man.
It shouldn't have been said. I said I'm not gonna say SB.
Okay.
That's what I. That's what I said.
That's what you said.
That's what he said.
That's what you said.
Because I'm smart enough to know we played the most improved quarterback in NFC East, and Zach Wilson. I'm smart enough to know that that's who we played before I jump crazy. But yeah, right now number 1, Newey, and San Fran number 2.
Okay.
Look, y'all know I don't need much runway to take off, right? Y'all know. I'm going to jump out the cake at the first opportunity I can about my team. But look, can I say this? Because I have to back this up with facts because I'm dealing with y'all, right?
Facts.
Okay. Nobody said the Dallas Cowboys played without their left guard and their safety the first 2 weeks of the season. That hadn't happened. So based off of what we've missed and the way that this defense is performing and the efficiency of Mike McCarthy's offense, I'm definitely going number 1. I'm definitely going number 1 in the league, and it's not even close because of the defense. It's not even close.
Not even close.
Not even close because of the defense.
Hey, and I talked to you about this. I'll tell you what. That safety that's out, is he being missed that much? Do you think it's gonna? No. Just based off how they playing.
No.
Are you seeing a drop off?
No.
Is what I'm asking. I'm not, and there's no shot at him. He's a hell of a safety. I'm just saying, when you watching the game, everybody like, if he would have been in there. No, Wilson is what I'm talking about.
Them young boys is balling.
Marquise Bell doing it.
Marquise Bell, Wanye Thomas. Israel McQuamble, they're stepping their game up. So I would have to agree with you on that
That's
one.
controversy right there. I
have to agree with you on that one.
For another day.
I think my man got the bag before this. But good for him.
You can do about it.
Yeah, ain't nothing you can do about it now.
It's all about the time.
But you went number 1 overall. You went number 1 as well.
He went 1++.
Plus.
Yeah.
Not even close. Not even close.
Not even close.
Man, I'm gonna have to go 2. I'm gonna have to go 2 on this. Look, they have a historically great defense. So far, through 2 weeks, this team is historically great on the defensive side of the ball. I'm gonna say that offensively, they're doing what they need to do, taking care of the football and just playing into the defense's hands. But I have to go San Fran number 1 on this. Defensively, they're not too far behind the Cowboys. I say 1A, 1B. When you talk about when you're breaking them down defensively, San Fran and Dallas, 1A, 1B. Offensively, same thing. They're 1A, 1B to the Cowboys offense. But to me, overall, you got to beat them to go ahead and be number 1. All right, that's for my sake. And we'll see that come up in the next couple weeks. We'll see that. So for me, as of the first 2 weeks, the Cowboys look incredible. But San Fran has looked good as well. And we know what happened these past 2 seasons when we matched up against San Fran. It hasn't been good. So we'll find out in a couple weeks when they play who's going to take that reign. But right now, I still got to go with San Fran as number 1. Cowboys number 2. Close.
You just couldn't do it, could you?
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
You know who he's picking in a couple of weeks.
Right.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it.
Oh, you already picked him, my bad. Well, we'll see if that changed.
I'm looking at this year, not last year's stock returns, this year.
Okay.
Right now, 2 weeks into this thing, it's the Dallas Cowboys. Now, ESPN.com has weighed in. They've gone with the 49ers, number 1 in their power rankings, and the Cowboys, number 2. USA Today has gone with San Francisco, number 1, Philadelphia, number 2, Dallas, number 3. NBC and ProFootballTalk.com, same company. Dallas, number 1, San Francisco, number 2, Miami, number 3.
They look good. I ain't gonna. They look good.
NFL.com, 49ers 1, Kansas City 2, Philadelphia 3, Dallas 4.
Yeah. Kansas City averaging how many points per game?
17. Ain't nobody talking about the enemy leaving though. Ain't nobody want to talk about that.
Last year, once again, to me, NFL.com, you're doing last year's return. Yeah. This is like the college football poll. You do Georgia number 1. Why? Because they won the national championship the last 2 years. But really, does Georgia look like the best team in the country?
No.
No.
There are a lot of teams from last season that don't look like they did last season, and Georgia is definitely one of them.
Kansas City is one of them.
Philadelphia is one of them.
I had to watch that Kansas City game because I had Trevor Lawrence and Travis Etienne.
I am. Keep it real. Philadelphia does not look good.
Hold on.
They don't look great.
Hold on. No. They don't look great. They doing exactly what they did. They played defense. They ran the ball, and the emergence of Swift over there.
They ball.
That's going to be a big concern for a lot of teams that play the Philadelphia Eagles, which is why a lot of those, I don't have a problem with the ones that have, as long as you have the Cowboys, the Eagles, and the 49ers in that mix of top 3, and then you can say splitting hairs between them, I think you'll listen.
Yeah, but when you get to 4 and 5, then you lose me.
You lose me. Once you get to 4 and 5, then I'm like, okay, because it's splitting hairs on. Okay, like I said, when you look at it, who did we play? Like that has to go into it. Just like when they picking the teams for the college football playoff. Like the criteria is who was your competition at the time. If we went out there and beat Aaron Rodgers and them like that, then it's an easy one. But now it's still like, wait, I don't know. Are they really? We feel that way, but obviously some others don't.
Cowboys are doing this with an offensive line that is not intact. I mean, I think they had Mike McCarthy talked about they had 1 training camp practice together with 5. This thing is still being, patched together. Mm-hmm. That was a good Jet defense that they had to patch together the offensive line. Tyler Smith, their left guard, been out for the first 2 games of the year. Then you had Steele. We were wondering where was he going to be. Zach Martin held out. And then Zach Martin's back in there. He ended up leaving the game for a little bit. Tyron Smith, 7-7, has been looking good. So I look at this offensive line and say it's not where it needs to be. I don't know if you guys spent any time wasting your time watching the bad offensive play last night in those 2 Monday Night Football games. That's a terrible offensive line. I mean, Cowboy fans, stop.
There's some stick-up kids out here.
Stop.
There's some stick-up
complaining
kids,
because the Carolina, man, whatever they pay, Bryce Young, I hope he got, was it Aflac? That insurance? That extra insurance you need out there? They're terrible, man.
This was crazy. Bryce Young actually didn't look so bad, though.
His line is terrible,
bad.
I said he needs some extra insurance, man.
But hadn't it been historically that defenses have started out faster than
always
offenses? And you've needed time to gel. And you can look at some teams and just see they bad. And they're going to be bad. And Carolina's going to be one of those bad teams. But going back to what I said earlier, is no one is giving us credit for that. And we shouldn't expect to get credit for playing without Tyler Smith and going up against 2 very good defensive fronts. Thibodeau, what was he going to look like? What was he going to look? What are these guys going to look like against our makeshift or put back together offensive line? 0 sacks, 0. These guys are like our offensive line coaches, offensive coordinator are putting together game plans that's not getting our quarterback hit. So, but if you love defense, you love the Dallas Cowboys. If you love scheme, you love the Dallas Cowboys because Dan Quinn is killing right now.
He is.
Dog, and I'm telling you, I know we're going to talk about this later, but I got my questions for you guys because the way that this defense is put together right now, I don't see any weaknesses in it up front. The way that he's using Sam Williams, the way that he's using Lawrence, the way that he's using Armstrong, and just the impact of Micah Parsons right now. If you don't see him being Defensive Player of the Year, MVP of the league, you're not watching football. You're not watching football.
I watched it last night.
You're not watching football.
There's a man in Pittsburgh.
No,
it's a dog too.
And we'll talk about that in a minute. I'm not gonna do it.
You want to go there? Let's go.
We definitely should go there.
Okay, let's go because I got it written down here. That's the next thing. T.J. Watt touchdown last night. He's tied for the NFL lead in sacks. He's got 4. 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries. His brother put the tweet out there. He's like,
Yep.
brother put the tweet out there. Basically, hey, what do we do? You know who it is. So T.J. Watt, former Defensive Player of the Year. Nick Bosa is the current Defensive Player of the Year. And I looked at Micah Parsons right now. He's tied for 3rd in sacks in the NFL right now with 3. We saw the forced fumble and the recovery he had. Thought it was a touchdown, but the referee said no. This thing is not that simple. I mean, T.J. Watt, who didn't fit the scheme for your boy Rod Marinelli here.
Shout out to Rod.
Too bad Taco fitted and T.J. did. He's 6'4", but he didn't fit the scheme. So, heck, it's not. It's not as
cut and dry.
Hit the easy button, as we said. I mean, this is
a race.
It is going to this is what happens. You say, okay, whichever one of those 3 guys starts missing games will probably be the person that gets slipped out of there. But then if you don't keep it up at this pace, there will be a guy who will have a 4 or 5 game stretch where they get multiple sacks and those type of plays, and then that'll set the difference between number 1 and number 2. And Micah is amazing, but being unbiased, T.J. Watt last year would have been up for Defensive Player of the Year had he not gotten hurt at the beginning, because he started off with like 2 or 3 sacks and a pick.
He was tearing it up.
You know what I'm saying? He's consistent he's consistent as being a top guy. And we said this at the beginning of the year. Bosa, Watt, and Micah Parsons are the 3 who are going to be in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. Maybe Trayvon if he starts to get 10, 11 picks again. But right now it's those 3 guys. And just based off last night, Micah and T.J. Watt are playing at an extremely high level.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Cowboys. Let me just you don't agree? You think T.J. is?
No, I still got Micah right above T.J. But it's a close. It's close. It's close though.
Look, again. Going back to one of the best defensive players in the game. You have a guy that is influencing offenses completely. Well, by the time we get to week 5, I don't know if you max protect, how you set this up, how are you going to protect your quarterback? He's moving from right to left. They're literally having to game plan for one player because everything is being dictated off of what he's doing up front.
Yeah, that's facts.
And now, I'm not taking anything away from T.J. Watt. T.J. Watt is going to be the one that always got away for me, dog. I can't believe he's an inch taller than Micah. He's 10 pounds. I mean, can you imagine both of them playing together? And we took Taco. Anyway, but he's the best right now, bro. There's nobody impacting the game that Micah is. And the way that Dan Quinn is using him, his impact on – and I don't know if PFF has a thing where how does he affect this play? How did he affect this interception? His effect on this defense, if by the end of week 18, it's going to be massive. It's going to be massive. And T.J. Watt is going to get those sacks. Yeah. T.J. Watt's going to get those sacks. But for you played in the 3-4 defense at Jacksonville, right? Y'all were primarily 3-4. I look at Micah, and I say the same thing about him. Man, what would he look like in a 3-4, which Dan Quinn is multiple. He changed. He does a lot of different things. But it's just the way that you can use somebody like that, dog. I mean, that's value all in its own. Could T.J. Watt do what Micah is doing?
I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know if T.J. could do that, because when you look at Micah, his quick twitch, like his just explosiveness, it's so sudden. And like I feel like T.J. Watt, he's explosive as well, but I feel like he's more just I use that strength and I'm just go through you as a grown man. But to me, what this is going to come down to, injuries aside, it's really going to come down to, because these both players they're outstanding. It's going to come down to who's going to be in the spotlight more. Who's going to have more of those primetime games? Because that's what sways people. When you make a big-time play on Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, people are going to be, oh, man, that's it. That's the guy. We like to live in the moment. And we know both of these teams get a lot of primetime. So it's going to come down to who's making those plays in primetime. And that star on your helmet, you're going to have it.
And that's from a Pittsburgh guy.
They're going to kill me about
it. I don't agree, but I'll go after Newton.
Here's one thing that I'll add in here for Micah Parsons is who's also eating around him. Osa Odigizua is also tied for 3rd in the NFL in sacks. He's got 3. Dorrance Armstrong tied for 12th in sacks in the NFL. He's got 2. And then you got Tank with 1. The closest Steeler in sacks is going to be
Larry. Got to be right.
Larry
Highsmith.
Marcus Golden's got 1. Larry Ogunjobi, he's got 1. And that's
because Highsmith forced a fumble that TJ picked up yesterday.
Yeah, but that's not sack.
And he had a pick six.
But anyway, just looking at who else is able to eat off of this, but it's going to be a fantastic thing we talk about all year.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fantastic. And I agree with y'all. They look different in what they do. But on the stat sheet and impact on the game, it's not much different.
It ain't.
Micah looks like he looks like he's just different from everybody else. Quick twitch, fast. He's a smaller guy, but he has the power to go in the A gap and outside. But then when you look at Pittsburgh and you have to watch the games and see, this dude line up on the left side every time. They know exactly where he's going to be at. They can chip him, double, bring a running back over there. No matter what happens, year in and year out, same thing. Oh, cut him. Don't worry. I'm going to get a pick. Forced fumble. I'm going to pick it up and run it back for a touchdown. Tip pass. Whatever. He knocked down like 3 passes last night, 3 big-time passes. And this is nothing against Micah. I'm just saying I'm going to give respect to T.J. Watt and say last year, like when we watched that game, the first game, you said, man, that dude right there probably about to win Defensive Player of the Year. The race is going to be close, and I think Micah would appreciate it if he wins it to say, this was the race that I won with these players in it who are this good.
Yeah.
You guys are young, so heck, you get this. This was that when you had Marino, Elway, and Montana.
All the greats.
Who could win the MVP amongst those 3?
Yeah.
They were balling every week. So Heckman and I watched. They balled every week.
Yeah.
And it was just that kind of high-level competition. Between you talk about Bosa, Watt, and Mike, this is high-level stuff right here. The same way it was watching John
And why does nobody ever put Myles Garrett in that?
Because he played for Cleveland.
Is that what I mean? I'm just saying, as far as elite defensive guys,
it's the prime time. I'm telling you, it's the games where people get to see. When you get to see Micah all the time. Each week he's either the game of the week, prime Monday night, Sunday night. Same with the Steelers. They're always on TV somehow. But you overlook like a Myles Garrett.
And I don't disagree with what you said, because TJ Watt is incredible. I'm looking at him manhandle these grown men. Like, he's bull rushing everything. They have no answer for him. But when I look at him play and I look at Micah, it's like watching what's my man at Golden State shoot 3 points. Steph from the dotted, Steph from the logo. Somebody else can shoot a 3, but it ain't like Steph 3. It's just it's something different about the way Micah is doing it. That it's
crawl like, afterwards.
Yeah,
like,
come on, man. It's something different going on.
We didn't went to the crawl for Defensive Player of the Year.
I'm just saying.
And just so you know, we not that old. We young enough. We all watched Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, and Tom Brady battle for MVP throughout the year, so we do kind of understand it, even though we didn't see the guys you talking about old school.
You don't like that.
The modern.
Go to break, man. Go to break.
You want to slice that in there?
All right, school.
All I know, that group of old school guys won a lot more championships. This player sounds brought to you by Tostitos right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
Hi, I'm Danny McCray, Dallas Cowboys alumni player here with Smoothie King. And Smoothie King wants to ask you, what's that sound? That's the sound of you and everyone else absolutely loving new smoothie bowls from Smoothie King. And woo, me too. These smoothie bowls start with acai and pitaya and are handcrafted with fresh toppings like sliced bananas, sweet berries, crunchy Purely Elizabeth granola, and a savory peanut butter drizzle. New smoothie bowls, only at Smoothie King, the official smoothie of the Dallas Cowboys.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together, we cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Do you eat, sleep, and breathe Dallas Cowboy football? Tell us how you spice up the game for a chance to be named 2023 Cowboy Fan of the Year, presented by Captain Morgan, and win exclusive prizes and a trip to Super Bowl 58. Nominate yourself or another today at DallasCowboys.com/fan of the year.
Thank you, Heckma Harrison.
Gotcha.
This is Players Lounge, brought to you by Tostitos. Our players are Barry Church and Danny McCray.
Yes, sir.
Scruggs. Watching the second Monday night game, Browns and Steelers, I go back to the conversation we had a couple weeks ago when Heckma was talking about don't show injuries. And Nick Chubb got hurt.
yeah.
And when Joe Buck said, yeah, we're not going to show it, I immediately thought of what Heckma said. Mm-hmm. And, of course, I wanted to see it.
Bro, I went and found it. I was waiting for you to say it, bro. I went to find it.
So I went to find it. Yeah, I didn't retweet it. I didn't put it on Facebook. I was like, yeah, Heck was right. Heck was right.
It was a gruesome injury. Just leave it at that. I just got to see it for myself.
You know what? Because I old school. Everything is based off Monday Night Football. Joe Theismann, Lawrence Taylor. Everything's based off that. It was right there. It was right there. It was like, oh yeah. Not coming back for a minute. Gordon Hayward.
The fact is, it's the same one, too.
The same one he destroyed in college, man. It's
a tough break. It's a tough game, man. When guys go down like that, and the first thing you think is, man, that's going to be a long recovery.
That's it.
That's going to be, and all I can think of is him squatting all that way. I'm like, man, how is he going to recover to be the same strength that he's been? Like, he's Herculean. Like, some of his squats are amazing, bro. But that's just horrible.
Man, you hate to see it because the guy, man, all he does is come to work. You never hear anything about Chubb. He just comes to work, does his thing, and it was kind of like a fluky tackle because if you're a safety coming out, you see Chubb in the middle, you gonna go low. I'm not hitting that man up high. You're gonna run you over. And the way he's kind of just folded over Micah, man, that was man. Ugh, man. Yeah, prayers goes out to him, man. Hopefully, he can get back on his feet, man, because that was tough.
So I saw somewhere, I don't know if it was Spotrac.com, but apparently he's due $12 million next year, but they can void the deal and only take a $4 million cap hit.
That's a dirty game.
Man.
So yes,
cold world.
The fact is, Nick Chubb may not be for long, and that is this business. That is why running backs are upset about the pay scale right here, and you hated to see that happen to a good dude like Nick Chubb. So,
but you know what? I hate this whole theory about not needing a running back. Stefanski, man, they needed Nick Chubb in that offense. Mm-hmm. The way that he designed those runs up and the defense that they have, we've been arguing this whole time about what Mike needs to do with his play calling, and it's proven. Okay, yeah, you can't three yard in the cloud of dust for an entire year. You're gonna have to stretch the field, and that's why you paid Deshaun Watson. Mm-hmm. But with that defense, you should be able to win some games.
Yeah.
And you needed a running back like Chubb. So that sucks. But if you don't have a backup, you're in trouble.
I'm going to tell you, I watched the game, and I know it was only one game, but that backup was rolling.
He was rolling.
Stefanski said he's going to be the guy going forward. He says he's no Nick Chubb, but that's going to be the guy. Yeah, and maybe they signed Kareem Hunt, who's still out there.
But that's the thing. That's the thing about the running back market, which is as horrible as it is, right? Nick Chubb goes down or whoever goes down, if the standard has been set in the Kansas City Super Bowl, when it was a Pacheco, went out there and you say, all right, we drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the first. Who is the one who got us the Super Bowl win?
The seventh rounder.
Yeah. All right. And then Nick Chubb goes down yesterday. And if it's a $90 million, $100 million running back, you believe that the game's our dude is gone. Ford got out there.
He did his thing, man.
And did his thing. And if he continues to do that throughout the season, this only helps the whoever the owners, whoever it is who's deciding we're not going to pay the running backs that much. This only helps their argument of hey, I mean.
Yeah, he was got to make it 12 and yeah.
Hate to see it, man.
It works till it don't. And when you think Ford is going to be out there and he's going to be Nick Chubb, and he doesn't perform like that, then you're looking crazy and you wish you had a guy like Nick Chubb. It doesn't work. I mean, look, it worked for Kansas City because they have one of the best quarterbacks ever. That's why it worked. And so these teams that think, like right now, you look at the Cowboys. Like this whole thing with what we're doing with Tony Pollard, we were talking about yesterday. Can he last for an entire season with 32 touches? We've never seen it. But now we're saying, all right, well, if he doesn't, then we're just going to go to his backup. We hadn't seen the backup do that. Just like this guy that we're talking about forward, he's a complete unknown. And so, look, I don't feel comfortable with that, and I don't understand why the NFL is going that direction. But a guy like Nick Chubb that's been a stand-up dude that's handled his business, I hadn't seen a drop-off in his performance that would warrant me to say, oh, man, Nick Chubb is never going to be that guy again. I mean, with a gruesome injury like that, yeah, but before that, I wouldn't have bet that.
I'm just thinking about if it's my pocket. I see it from both sides. Running backs deserve to get paid because they are in a lot of offenses. You just ride them and ride them. Like Nick Chubb, he's the man on their offense. They center their offense around him, right? But then you have this injury, right? He do $12 million next year, like you said. He do 12. One like he wasn't making no money.
16, 18.
You know what I'm saying?
It was no rookie deal.
Yeah, it's no rookie deal that he got. And Saquon goes down again. Yeah. He got 3 weeks. He on my fantasy team too, right? He on my fantasy team too. All right, down 3 weeks, and I picked him because I was on the player side. Oh, Saquon gonna be all right. He was healthy all last year. He good, and the owner was like.
But then in San Francisco, we're saying that San Francisco is the number 1 team, not only because of their defense, but because of their running game. Like their quarterback, Mr. Irrelevant, he can't do what he does unless you have a running back of the caliber that they have.
They plug and play up there. I ain't gonna.
Nah, come on now.
He got meeny, miny, mo up there.
Before Chris McCaffrey was there, they was plugging and playing up there. Got a lot of dudes paid.
You seen what Mitchell did to us 2 years ago in the playoffs? Like
that. Was Mostert up there before too? Was Mostert?
Mostert was rolling that thing.
No, I'm not saying that they are as good as Christian McCaffrey. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying for a long time. It was the running game of the San Francisco 49ers. Even in the Super Bowl, how many passes did Garoppolo throw?
I mean, you think about that Super Bowl between Kansas City and San Francisco, none of them had those same running backs. They're all gone. And then Andy went back to the Super Bowl with a whole different set of running backs from the guys that got him a ring. By the way, Cleveland, after 2 games, number 1 in the league in rushing, 202 yards. That's what they averaged. So it was Cleveland, Philly, San Francisco, Atlanta, and believe it or not, the Chargers. Top 5 as a team in rushing.
Yeah. Your boy Kellen Moore. 70-yard run by. Is Eckler out too?
He out too. Go ahead, man. Go ahead and, put Kellen at the intern. Let's see what he can do, man. Let's just see what he can do.
That Zoom phone call, huh?
Yeah, I'm about to call up there, man. I'm about to call, Staley, come on.
You need to move up there to LA, bro.
Yeah, I might have to, man.
You know you ready to go Hollywood already.
I might have to, man.
Call LT. LT's an advisor. See if he can get you down. See if he can get you down. You roll out there to SoFi with him.
Kellen, I'm on the way, man.
All right, let's take our final break here. When we come back, Heckman's got a question for the table. So let's dive into that.
Let's do that then.
Yeah, let's dive into that here with Danny McCray, Barry Church.
You almost slipped out.
I did. I held my tongue.
He looked at you like, boy, what's your name? That's how my mama do. Boy, what's your name?
Heckman Harrison. And we scrug. That's clean, gentlemen. That's clean. Players Lounge right here on DallasCowboys.com.
Man.
It's the official men's skincare brand of the Dallas Cowboys, Jack Black. And right now, Cowboys fans can get 15% off their $75 order. Plus, because every deal needs a playmaker, your order will include a free 5-piece skincare set and free shipping. The Jack Black Playmaker is 4 of Jack's favorites and a full-sized intense therapy lip balm. Make a play for the Playmaker at getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP. That's getjackblack.com/Cowboys with the code CowboysVIP.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
To kick off the 2023 NFL season, Hugo Boss teamed up with the NFL and Micah Parsons to launch an iconic apparel collection featuring hoodies, crews, t-shirts, polos, joggers, and more. The bold, unique apparel of the Boss NFL collection unites football and fashion while reflecting what it truly means to be a boss. Get yours today at nflshop.com/HugoBoss, at HugoBoss.com, and at Boss retail stores. #Be your own boss.
We got big personalities. We got big hair, big belt buckles. We got fans all across this big state and enemies in every other one. We even got a big star on the 50-yard line. Smirnoff knows football is a we thing, an experience that is best enjoyed together. With good drinks and good folks home or away, we rally together. We cry together, and we always rally cry together because, most of all, we got big love for them boys. Smirnoff, we do game days. Please drink responsibly.
Back to the Players Lounge.
Let's play. In this game, there's a position for everyone, no matter who you are. Flag is your chance to run, throw, jump, and fly. This is your chance to get involved in the action and join the flag football movement. Learn more and find the league at NFLflag.com.
Thank you, Heckman Harrison. Players Lounge brought to you by Tostitos. Danny McCray.
That's me.
Barry Church. I'm Newy Scruggs.
Yes, sir.
Kirk Cousins is leading the National Football League in touchdown passes along with Bryce Love, 6. Number 3, Russell Wilson, 5. How about that? Let's ride.
Man, that old Hail Mary through the
It count.
Hey, Russ, man.
After that, in 4th place, Jared Goff with 4, Patrick Mahomes with 4, Josh Allen with 4, Mac Jones with 4, and Tua, 4 touchdown passes.
I thought he had more than that.
Yeah. So there you go right now. So your boy Herbert, let me go down.
He down the list right now.
Tied for 9th with Baker Mayfield, Jimmy Garoppolo.
He down
and
there right
Howell, Washington.
He down right now.
Baker Mayfield's been a surprise.
Yeah, for a lot of people.
Shake and bake. 2-0.
He's getting Mike Evans the ball. God was getting shout out to
Shake
Baker
and bake,
Mayfield.
man.
Sometimes it take you a while to get with the right coordinator, right team to show that you can do it. And if he continues to do so, then maybe he found him a home in Tampa.
Todd Bowles, need it.
That was the next thing. Take another step over. Todd Bowles was the number 1 coach expected to be fired this year by the Vegas odds, and here they are getting it done. By the way, how about that division?
2-0 Atlanta.
NFC South. Atlanta's 2-0. New Orleans is 2-0. Tampa is 2-0. Carolina Panthers, no surprise, are winless right now because they lost their 2 games to division teams. But but Todd Bowles, give Todd Bowles a whole lot of love. There's some key games coming up this week, guys. Some key games. You think about that Minnesota contest.
We need. Oh, I ain't gonna say we.
Yeah, good.
Yeah. They need it, man. They need it.
You in the
SWBC
podcast studio, Players Lounge with the Cowboys star right there, Mr.
We need it.
Man, look, I'm gonna be real with you, man. They need to stop the bleeding. They gotta stop the bleeding.
I mean, you got Boy Wonder over there. He should be able to do something.
Staley trying to go. Staley trying to get up out of there.
I'm telling you, this is Kellen's best chance to become a head coach right now. Your boyfriend is Staley.
And we gonna have to table out Joe. Look, Joe, he said he's not healthy, bro.
Man, come on.
I knew something was wrong with him.
Come on, man.
I knew something was wrong with him.
Joe got all that money.
That's what's wrong. His pocket's too heavy.
Hey, that's it.
He said his calf hurt, man. We know he got a calf.
He got his built-in excuse. Meanwhile, on the south side of town, Dak don't have an interception, and they asking him about interception.
He also ain't been to the Super Bowl.
What?
Are we gonna do this every time with Dak and Joe Burrow?
No, I'm not talking about.
He been to the Super Bowl.
I'm not talking about Joe Burrow. I'm just talking about your man.
You did.
I was talking about your man. He's hurt. He got paid. He hurt. He's not. I mean, I get it. He ain't looking too good. Them diamonds ain't glistening.
Dak got hurt. Has Dak been hurt?
No, Dak has been hurt.
What are you talking about? What are we talking about? Has Dak been to the Super Bowl?
I'm just talking about Reese. I'm Reese
took Cincinnati to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Took Cincinnati Bengals, these Cincinnati to the Super Bowl.
That's the one LSU. That's the one LSU Tiger that he will defend with his life. I feel don't say nothing about Joe Burrow.
I'm gonna defend Odell. I seen Grant Delpit balling last night. I see so. Listen,
he did.
But it's the ones Leal. He messed up. I'm not gonna. If you messed up, you messed up.
You jump train quick. Like your boy, what's number 14? What he jumped off him real quick.
Young Jabril.
Jabril Cox.
Young Jabril.
He jumped.
If you not
North Dakota State. North Dakota State.
I was with him for how many years? I was with him for a lot of years now, okay?
My bad. I was trying to.
And then Damone Clark came in. Y'all tried to get me in trouble. Shout out to Damone Clark. I saw him today. He's balling.
Replay on that. I got to watch the replay.
Shout out to the real Cowboys, man. I hope he land on his feet.
Yeah, he will. Yeah.
He played for Washington. Washington 2-0, man.
On his feet, I said.
By the way, going back to your boys' church, the 0-2 Chargers are at the Vikings this week.
They need
okay?
it. They need that, man.
The Vikings need that too.
It's right now it's even. Okay, the money line says even, not that we bet. So you got that. Then the Chargers hosting the Raiders. Then it's a Monday night game where they're hosting the Cowboys, and then after that they go to Kansas City. This is a danger zone for Kellen Moore and Brandon Staley right now.
Facts.
These 4 games, man. They
gotta do something. They gotta stop the bleeding, man.
I'm telling you this. That Cowboys versus Chargers, we talked about this earlier in the year. Don't you forget that, okay?
Oh, we talked about it.
When he come down here and he go against Dan Quinn.
I'm still here.
And Mike McCarthy.
I'm still here.
Yeah. All right.
You're not gonna do that. When you said that's the one.
I'm still here.
You sure?
Wait a minute. When we turned our records in, he picked the
Chargers.
He picked the Chargers.
He picked Chargers.
He got the Chargers, the 49ers.
It's in L.A., right? It's in L.A. Yeah, I'm still.
He going to the game. They got him a suite.
You and Acho.
Hey, Kelly, man, holla at your boy.
You and Acho.
Get me right, man. Get me right.
Hey, got you. The Cowboys are taking on the Cardinals this
ain't right,
week.
man. You ain't right.
It's a road game, and it is a 12-point.
That's
they're favored by
disrespectful.
12. Cowboys favored by basically almost 2 touchdowns out here in the desert in Arizona.
That's a wrap.
Wow.
I'm scared of that.
They gonna fight.
Disrespectful.
Arizona gonna fight.
I seen Josh Dobbs run smooth over. Who the safety he ran over for New York and scored a touchdown? He comes to play, bro.
He fought the Cowboys
Yes.
He was dotting them up.
On that
And he was
Thursday
there
in
for
Tennessee.
7 days.
He was dotting them up last year.
Was it 7?
They just handed the playbook.
Well, I didn't know it was 7.
It might have- well, he was there for a week, and he went out there and our defense was good last year.
Right.
Okay. And they gave us everything we could ask for. Yeah. And now Arizona, whoever going out there to play Arizona, what they know is, hey man, you better wake up.
Yeah.
Because their record is not who they are.
They gonna fight you.
They one of them teams.
So you mean we need to put them to sleep early?
Man,
that's what we need to do. We need to put them to sleep early.
You need to be on your P's and Q's because Dobbs is going to take what you give him.
Yeah,
and he's just going to try to march down the field and you know.
No, I love that. I love that theory, man, and I think that worked before. When I look at him, I don't see 12 points. I think that's disrespectful. It's any given Sunday, so I'm sure that line will go down as it gets close to the game. I hope, unless something they know we don't. But nah, man, James Conner, nothing they have. I'm looking at saying, okay, this should be a threat to this defense at all. I mean, I'm not second guessing whether they're good or not. I mean,
I'm taking 18 points.
Yeah,
okay. 12 ain't enough. Yeah. I'm just saying they're going to fight hard. They're going to fight.
It's going to be a blowout.
If you don't show up.
It's going to be a blowout eventually. It's going to be like, see, I never experienced this. I never experienced this going to Toledo, but I'm sure you experienced it going to LSU. When you get Southwest Missouri State coming through, that they'll hang with you for a quarter because of that adrenaline rush, and then after that, the depth, the talent just overwhelms them. It's gonna be the same here.
I'm glad you didn't say FAMU. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Nate. But that's who people. Never mind. I'm not gonna go down. Nope. I'm not gonna do it.
Toledo win. Their coach is being your band's being rumored for the Michigan State job.
Hey man, that dude's a good
Mel
dude.
Tucker
Man.
got.
Oh man, Mel Tucker.
Mel tripping.
Tell him stay off the phone.
77.
Mel tripping.
Stay off the phone.
You can stay on the phone. Just
get off of the rover.
What you doing? What you doing, man?
Mel, you make it. Boy, I tell you,
they gave 80-something.
77 million.
Remember when Schroeder went up there and we thought he lost all that money? That's what Mel Tucker just actually did.
He did.
No, this was the Nerlens Noel. When Mark Cuban offered him $72 million. And other guys in the Maverick organization like, Mark, don't do this. And Nerlens turned it down. Say he a max player. So you go come to camp. And I asked him, do you think you a max player? I feel like I am. Came to camp out of shape. The rest is history. He didn't get a max deal. Then I think he sued. Was it Rich Paul or what? No, he sued the other agent. Then he quit the agent, signed Rich Paul, then sued the other agent. Oh. It just never got.
Man,
then he signed like a two-way, like a 1+1 contract for I don't know $6-7 million. They never gonna see $72 million again.
That is what they call fumbling the bag.
You played yourself.
There's a lot of guys did that.
So
too,
he was offered 72, turned it. Mel signed a piece of paper for 95 and had like 77 million left, and then it's gone.
Was he single dude or was he?
No, he's married. His wife's a lawyer.
Man, no,
His wife's a lawyer.
no.
Yes, his wife is a lawyer.
Oh.
Mel Tucker's wife's a lawyer.
What are we doing?
Dog. That just man.
What are we doing out here, man?
You know what we doing out here? We doing the dum-dum. Let's do the dum-dum.
And it's how you know I'm not biased, okay? I played for Mel, and I told Nui I like Mel.
Yeah.
What the hell?
What the hell,
What you doing out here?
What the hell?
You out here in these streets tripping, bro. Now, hey, it's a lot of people. It's a lot of people who wouldn't make that mistake. You know, that's why, hey, man, that's why, hey, I'm praying for Dion, man, because it's a cold game out here, boy. That is really crazy. Mel, if those reports were, I didn't know he was married. First of all, I didn't know that. I didn't know he was married.
To a lawyer.
Yeah.
To a lawyer.
Yeah, well, either way, she probably gonna be fighting for him to help get that bag because, boy, if you lose that bag, you are in. That's
that bag is gone.
All right, it's for cause. They put it out there to the media, and they laid down like this is legally how we've got you, and oh by the way, you've admitted to the phone call and the action of the phone call. And oh, by the way, she was a hired contractor.
He never supposed to admit, Mel. What hood you from, Mel?
He was done. Cookie jar, Mel.
Hey, you don't never tell on yourself, Mel.
I know that mortgage hide in the mud.
They don't even let you do that in the court of law. You can't tell on yourself, Mel.
Boy, Mel.
Oh, God.
He gonna call up Saban. Hey, can I come back on the stage?
No, Mel, if you gonna stay away from that.
No, it's just the SEC, man. That's where you go.
Man, you fumble $80 million. I don't want you around me.
I mean, Hugh Freeze is back. I mean, it's the SEC. They let you back.
Next.
What?
Here you go. Because you start going down the rabbit hole, all of a sudden you land on me, and then here we go.
Is that what that was?
Yeah. He started with SEC. He gonna trickle on down, and then so go ahead.
Go Tigers.
I went Auburn.
Go Tigers. Go Tigers.
And those are run on all type of commercials right now.
And I said Saban because he worked for Nick Saban. I mean, look, Sark. All them issues Sark brought with him from USC. Then goes out there, Nick Saban, raced him, cleaned him on up, and sent him to Texas. I mean, so Mel used to work for him, and then he went over and worked for Kirby Smart, became Kirby's DC when he got the Georgia job and went to Colorado.
What's the difference between Mel and Sark?
What? The bag fumble?
Offense?
Thank you.
Okay. Wait, he was confused as hell. Wait a minute.
I was like, I did one. I was like, let's go off. I knew that.
What?
You ain't getting that type of grace, though.
No.
They ain't want you to get the money in the first
That's
place.
why I don't understand.
If there's anybody who has the ability to do whatever they want, to bring in whoever they want, and they're going to let it go, it's Nick Saban.
Yeah.
And when Auburn hired Hugh Freeze with all that he had going on, cheating, the whole bunch of ways he's cheating. Take your choice. Head coach. This is a league that'll let it go down. So I'm not surprised. He will coach it because he's a good coach. So he will coach again. So it'll be most like an SEC team, or he'll be in the pros.
He ain't going to Bama. I don't believe it.
That's crazy.
Maybe not no time soon.
Dudes are notorious for going back to Nick.
Yeah,
Nick bring you back, clean you up. But first, he's a good coach and he can recruit, so he'll do it. I just gonna let him do it.
You got a lot more issues when you're going down to college, and for what he actually is being accused of. I'm not risking that.
80 mil.
80 mil.
80 mil.
He got to figure out what he's gonna do with his relationship and all that. He got a lot of work to do.
80 mil, man.
But never mind.
But is Brandon Cooks coming back?
I ain't gonna touch that.
We don't know yet. That's what tomorrow. Since we almost out of time.
I ain't gonna touch that.
That's what tomorrow's show is about.
No.
Tomorrow's show, we will dive into. So Jerry Jones did speak today. He said that he thinks Tyler Smith has a good shot at going. So he thinks Tyler Smith has a good shot at going, which makes me believe that Coach Jones knows that Tyler will be out here in Arizona playing.
You know he's gonna tell you.
Dr. Jones will check on Brandon Cooks to see where he's gonna go, but yeah. I expect to see 73 back at left guard.
Let's get it.
So getting that done here. All right, gentlemen, good show. Danny McCray Heckman Harrison, Barry Church,
Yes,
I knew
sir.
Scruggs.
Yes, sir.
Thank you to Jazz, Chris, Josh, everybody. Will makes this happen right here
Damn,
at
Mel.
DallasCowboys.com. We appreciate you. We'll talk to you tomorrow. 3 o'clock is coming your way. Media Mash right here on DallasCowboys.com radio.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!